on television. The managers have met with the umpires down at home plate. Russ?
All right, Dave. Well, for those just joining us, we'll go over those starting lineups once again.
Dave Bristol, I should say, has returned to the Cincinnati dugout. Likewise, Gene Mock. The Montreal Expos are taking to the field, and listen to the cheer. Here's the Cincinnati lineup. Once again, Pete Rose, the leadoff man, playing center field. Batting number 2, right fielder Bobby Tolan. Number 3 in the Cincinnati order, the left fielder Alex Johnson. The cleanup man this afternoon, third baseman Tony Perez. Batting 5th for Cincinnati, first baseman Lee May. Batting 6th will be the catcher Pat Corrales, taking over from Johnny Bench. Batting 7th, the second baseman Tommy Helms. Batting 8th, Darrell Cheney, the shortstop, and batting 9th, the pitcher Jack Fisher. 1-0 on the year. For the Montreal Expos, Morty Wills leads off, plays shortstop, followed by Gary Sutherland, the second baseman. Rusty Staub bats third and plays right field. Mac Jones, the mayor of Jonesville, in the cleanup spot this afternoon. Don Clendenin, playing first base for the Montreal Expos, will bat fifth, followed by Jose Coppola Boy, batting sixth. John Boccabella, the catcher, bats seventh. Don Boss, the center fielder, bats eighth. And Bill Stoneman, the pitcher, will be batting ninth. The umpires had Tom Gorman behind the plate, Stan Landis at first base, Bill Williams at second, and Nick Colossi at third. And now we're all set for the playing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States. This afternoon. Up on the electronic scoreboard in huge letters, NBC, Jute de la Semaine, NBC's Game of the Week, welcoming the NBC crew, televising throughout the United States. Well, the first man up for the Cincinnati Redlegs will be the leadoff man, center fielder Pete Rose. Pete Rose, a switch hitter, will bat left-handed against the right-handed serving of Bill Stoneman. The umpires gather around Stoneman at the mound, probably, and this is just guessing on my part, to say, Stoney, let's try and keep this game moving as quickly as possible. Tom Gorman, the plate umpire, along with his able assistants, Stan Landis first, and Bill Williams at second, and Nick Colossi at third. And Stoneman continues to warm up with his battery mate, John Boccabella. The umps return to their positions, Gorman behind the plate, and we'll be all set to go. The lights have been turned on here at Jerry Park, so let's play ball.
All right, Russ. Pete Rose, Bobby Tolan, and Alex Johnson. And this one gets underway at 2:52. Rose is batting .259 for the year. Defending National League batting champion. Last night collected a couple of hits, including a double. Went 2 for 3 for the night. 2 hits and a walk. Scored a couple, scored 3 runs, as a matter of fact. Pete Rose, left-hand hitter. And Bill Stoneman completing his warm-ups. The wind is from our left to our right and very brisk. And the temperature 43 degrees. Mac Jones in left, Don Bosch in center, Rusty Staub in right. Around the infield, Coco LeBoy at third base, Maury Wills at short, Gary Sutherland at second, Don Clendenin at first, the catcher John Bacabella. And Bill Stoneman has just signaled to the dugout he'd like to have something out there in the way of a little wooden stick to keep his cleats free from any dirt that might clog in them. But we're ready for the first pitch. Stoney looks down to Bacabella. Rose waiting. Here's the windup. First pitch of the game. We're underway. It's breaking low on the outside corner. Ball 1. Reds won 8-5 here last night. The rains came right after the top of the 7th. Jimmy Bragan coaching at first base for the Reds. Vern Benson at third. Here's the fastball. Line drive up the middle. A base hit. So Rose comes up with a single off Bill Stoneman. That'll bring Bobby Tolan to the plate, and Tolan has been phenomenal for the Reds here early in the season. After 28 games, Tolan is hitting .296. He's got 37 hits, 3 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. Leads the club in the RBI department. He's tied for Perez in the home run department. Rose the runner at first. Tolan's a left-hand batter. Stoney will now work from the stretch. Jack Fisher continues to warm up for Cincinnati. He's their starting pitcher. Here's the bunt, right side by Tolan, picked up by Stoneman. He goes to first, and it's in time to get Tolan. Rose moves to second on the sacrifice. So Rose is in scoring position with 1 away, and here is Alex Johnson. Johnson is batting .319. He's also got 12 extra base hits to his credit, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs. Total of 18 runs driven in. A right-hand hitter. On deck is Tony Perez. Rose takes his lead off second. Stoneman the stretch, gives Rose a look. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Cut on and fouled back behind the plate. 0-1. Johnson went 1 for 4 last night. Got a hit in the first inning, drove in a run. Won the count. The pitch, low and outside, bounced away from John Bacabella, but Rose will hold second base. John kept the ball out in front of him, and there was no chance for Rose to advance. A ball and a strike to Alex Johnson. The outfield is not too deep for Johnson, and around to the left. Not too much of a shift. 1 out and 1 on. Rose the runner at second. And the game just underway. Stoney gives Rose a look. The pitch is cut on, fouled back almost the same place, back to the right side, down to the lower level. I say lower level, the seating here at Jerry Park is all on one slanted stand. You have your lower box seats, your upper box seats, and the stands up above. 1-2 the count on Johnson. Here's Stoneman's pitch. Slow it inside. Did it tip his bat? It did. A ball and 2 strikes. Bounce back to the left of the plate, all the way back to the screen. Bill Stoneman, 3-3 on the year. His first outing against the Reds. Stoney holds at the belt, gives Rose a look. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Alex Johnson goes down swinging for out number 2. The batter will be Tony Perez.
Batting fourth, third baseman.
The cleanup hitter is batting .313, and Perez was 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. He slammed 2 doubles, 1 to center and 1 to left. Pete Rose is the runner at second base. Perez, a right-hand hitter. Stoney holds at the belt, kicks and deals. Swung on, hard hit ball left field. Mac Jones going back, and this one will go into the bleachers. A home run for Tony Perez to score Pete Rose ahead of him. And the Reds take a 2-0 lead. For Perez, his 7th home run, and that puts him into the lead ahead of Bobby Tolan. His 21st and 22nd RBIs. A solid home run to left with 2 outs here in the first, and the Reds take a lead. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Expos Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, 3 o'clock.
Stations. With 2 outs, the batter Lee May, right-hand hitter, line drive, single to left field on the first pitch from Bill Stoneman. So May is aboard with hit number 3 off Stoney. And that'll bring Pat Corrales to the plate.
Batting 6, the catcher, number 7.
Corrales, a right-hand hitter. He's played in only 3 games, hitting .400. He's 2 for 5 at the plate. Johnny Bench getting a rest.
The wind is blowing stiffly. It blew Stoneman's hat right off, right over to first base, but the first base coach for Cincinnati picked it up and returned it to him.
Veteran catcher Pat Corrales at the plate. Stoneman's pitch, curve for a strike. 0-1. Lee May, the runner at first. Stoney, his last couple of outings, has had great control of that curveball. It's been his most effective pitch. The fastball, low on the outside corner, and Corrales checked his swing, started to go after it. A ball and a strike. 2-0 Cincinnati, batting here in the top of the first. Home run by Perez with Pete Rose on base. A look at the runner. Here's the pitch. A strike called. The curve again. 1-2. Pretty pitch. Center fielder Don Bosch, couple of steps around to left center. Jones straight away in left field, not too deep. Corrales steps out for just a moment. We're ready to go. Lee May takes his lead from first. The pitch swung on, and a one-hopper. LeBoy has it. Throw to second base. They get the force on May coming in. Corrales hits into a fielder's choice to end the inning. For the Reds, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors in the field, and 1 man left on base. The score, Cincinnati 2 and Montreal coming to bat.
See what the Montreal Expos can do. And it'll be up to Maury Wills, Maury Wills, Gary Sutherland, and Rusty Staub in that order.
Batting lead off for the Montreal Expos.
Jack Fisher,
He's shortstop, number 30.
30-year-old right-hander. fired from the Chicago White Sox for Don Pavletich and Don Sechrist. Wills batting left against the right-hander, Fisher. Fisher 1-0 on the year. Here's the pitch, taken low and inside by Morey, ball one. Wills batting 178. Fisher first came up to the major leagues. Baltimore, pitched with San Francisco, New York Mets, Chicago White Sox last year. Came up with Baltimore 59. A strike to Wills, and he's ready for the 1-1. The pitch inside. Ball two. 2 balls and a strike. Fisher's windup. The pitch cut on Looper out into right field. A base hit for Morey. Wills comes up with a single. Morey getting the base hit last night. Comes up with a single here against Jack Fisher. So Wills to the board, and the batter will be Gary Sutherland with nobody out. Bottom of the first, the Reds leading 2-0. Fisher's got a 1.44 earned run average after 24 2/3 innings. He's given up only 4 earned runs, 18 hits. He's making his 4th start. The pitch to Sutherland, low and away for a ball. Gary, a right-hand hitter, batting 200. Boy, is that a welcome sight. Ted Blackman just brought us some hot coffee. You're the most distinguished waiter we've had in our press box, Ted. The baseball writer for the Gazette.
No paper tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing here. Baseball like that.
Wills takes his lead from first. The 1-0 to Sutherland. He came down on the bat, but let it go wide for ball 2. Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it. 2-0 to Gary Sutherland. With nobody out, and Wills taking his lead off first base. On deck is Rusty Staub. Outfield pretty much straight away for Sutherland. Left fielder Johnson back a few steps. Pitch is low for ball 3. So Fisher is in danger of losing. Gary Sutherland with Wills on first. Staub on deck. There's the pitch. Strike call, knee high on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. The Reds completed an interleague trade to obtain Jack Fisher. And general manager, there goes Wills. Here's a throw down to second base. It bounces out into center field, and Morey is safe at second. Rose comes up with the ball quickly, and Wills holds second base. His 8th stolen base of the year. That is number 8 for Morey Wills. There's a walk to Sutherland. I'm sorry. Gary drew a walk. They changed that count on the scoreboard, and Wills had Sutherland had drawn the walk. So he's on. There was a play on Morey. The ball bounced into center. So here's Rusty Staub, left-hand hitter. Fisher deals. Strike call on Rusty, left-hand hitter, batting .298. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. The stretch by Fisher, the pitch, it hit him. It hit Staub on the shoulder. High inside pitch, and the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Mac Jones is the batter.
Number 9, Mac Jones.
at third. Sutherland at second. Staub at first. Mac Jones, left-hand hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss. Mac is batting .360. Wills got on by a hit, moved down to second when Sutherland walked. Staub hit by a pitch. The bases are loaded. Nobody out. Bottom of the first, Reds lead 2-0. The pitch to Mac, taken on the outside corner for a strike called, and Fisher is out in front, 0-2. Don Clendenin is in the on-deck circle. Fisher wiping off one side. Now he's got the one he wants. The windup in the pitch. Outside. Ball one. A ball and 2 strikes to Mac. The wind from left to right. They've got some activity in the bullpen with George Culver throwing. Here's a foul back onto the netting. The count remains 1-2. Nobody out. The center fielder, Pete Rose, just a step or two to the left and straight away center field for Mac Jones. Right fielder Tolan is deep. Here's the windup. The pitch by Fisher. It's high. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mac. Mac Jones has 36 hits, including 4 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. Last night here, Mac hit a home run, the 100th of his major league career. Fisher's wind up the 2-2, cut on, high fly ball, right field, could be, it is a grand slam home run for Mac Jones.
Fantastic! The mayor of Jonesville, a grand slam home run, bottom half of the first inning, unbelievable, an unbelievable performance by Mac Jones. His first grand slam, the first grand slam of the season. Mac Jones really tagged it over the right center field wall. And the Expos are leading 4-2.
And Fisher was out in front 0-2 on Mac Jones, and Mac ends up hitting a grand slam. Oh, brother. Clendenin takes one. It's high. Ball 1. Right-hand hitter. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1. 4-2, the Expos lead. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. You think the fans haven't gotten their money's worth already just seeing that, and the wait was well worth it. Fisher's pitch, cut on and foul, out of play off to the right side.
Those 4 runs batted in for Mac boost his total to 25.
You know, day after day, well, let's wait for this pitch. The 1-2 struck him out. Don Clendenin goes down swinging for out number 1. Day after day, you wonder what Mac Jones is going to do on that day to win these fans over more and more, and he keeps topping it, you know. Here's Coco LeBoy.
You know, we keep talking about the mayor of Jonesville. Mayor Drapple's here today. He better watch out. Mac might run for mayor of Montreal.
If today were election day, he'd get elected. Pitch is low and outside to Coco. Ball 1. A ball and no strikes to LeBoy with 1 out here in the first. Nobody on as Jones cleaned the bases with his grand slam to right center. The pitch. Swung on, tapped third base side. It's going to be tough play. They let the ball go, and it stays fair. LeBoy is aboard. Corrales, Fisher, and Perez all waited for it to roll foul, but it hugged the line and stayed in fair territory, and LeBoy's on. Third hit off Fisher.
The catcher, number 12, John Bacabella.
Here's the catcher, John Bacabella, right-hand hitter. Bacabella hitting 190. Coco's batting 147 coming into this game, picking up a hit here. Still only one out. Well, it's Bach's turn. Right-hand hitter. LeBoy takes his lead. The pitch low and away. Corrales up with that ball quickly, checking LeBoy at first base. He didn't make the throw. 4-2 Expos lead here in the first. Only one away. A grand slam by Mac Jones. Another first for this Montreal ball club. Pitch low and outside, 2-0 to John Bacabella. Fisher has a lifetime Major League ERA of 3.97. He's 182 and lost 135 since coming up with Baltimore in 59. Pitch is low. Ball 3 to John Bacabella. 3-0. LeBoy takes his lead from first. Fisher deals. It's low. Ball 4. LeBoy moves to second. Bacabella takes over at first. Here comes Dave Bristol to talk to Jack Fisher. Now Bristol makes his first appearance since his very colorful exit here last night in the 5th inning. We have had George Culver warming up, and I thought for a minute that I spotted Gary Nolan down there.
Well, I think one of the reasons for that, we're having a little bit of difficulty. The Cincinnati Redlegs numbers on their back, because they have the names across the back of their jerseys, the numbers are hard to read. Gary Nolan is number 38, and George Culver is number 39. From a distance, they're both right-handers, and it's hard to make them out.
Don Bosch, a switch hitter, batting left against Fisher with runners at first and second. One out. The pitch, check swing, it's low. Ball 1. LeBoy is at second. Bacabella at first. The outfield is moved in for Bosch. Pretty much straight away. Rose is around a few steps toward right center for Don. Tolan pretty much straight away in right field. The right side of the infield is back. The pitch bounces out in front of the plate. Corrales keeps it in front of him, though. There's no advance by the runners. Two balls, no strikes. This is not an ideal day for the pitchers in two respects. The strong wind coming across the diamond from left to right, and the temperature, 43 degrees right now, and of course the wind makes it seem a bit cooler. Here's the 2-0. It's inside. Ball 3. Fisher having trouble getting that ball over the plate. He's behind on Bosch now, 3-0. He had the bases loaded a couple of minutes ago, and Mac Jones hit the grand slam. Fisher's in danger of loading him up again. He holds just above the belt. The pitch, fastball for a strike. 3-1. Bosch checked Coach Peanuts Lowry at third base, so he knows what he's supposed to do. Standing in there. The 3-1, taken high and outside for ball 4. The bases are loaded for Bill Stoneman. Third walk given up.
And out comes Pete Bristol for a talk. Very short words, though. That's all for you, Big Jack. And they bring in, it looks like Culver walking in from the bullpen to take over from Jack Fisher, who was really bombed by the Expos here in the bottom half of the first inning. They pounded out 3 hits. There also have been 3 walks in this inning, and that's enough for Jack Fisher.
If I'm not mistaken, and memory serves me correctly, I think this is the first time we have knocked a pitcher out in the first inning. I could be wrong, but I think it's the first time, as best my memory serves me right now.
Well, a fellow who has a good memory for that is Ted Blackman of the Gazette. He's in the booth with us right now. Ted, have the Expos knocked a pitcher out in the first inning?
Not that I can recall, but I'm thinking.
Not that he can recall, but he's thinking.
Well, let's give you the totals on Mr. Fisher. We can't wind up his record because it's not complete. He's responsible for the 3 runners on, LeBoy, Bacabella, and Bosch. But Fisher went a third of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. He walked 3, hit a batter, struck out 1. So the right-hander, George Culver. Culver was the winner here last night. He's now 2-3 on the year with a 2.86 earned run average. He makes his 10th appearance, his 8th in relief. The batter will be the Montreal pitcher, Bill Stoneman. Stoney's got an opportunity here to keep this going with only 1 out. Chance for the Expos to have a real big inning. It's a big one already. Coming to bat, they were down by 2, and they're up now 4-2. Both clubs even in the hit department with 3 each. Stoneman getting set to step in now as Culver's completed his warm-up. Stoney's going to check with third base coach Peanuts Lowry now. They're having a little meeting between the plate and third base. And on deck will be Maury Wills. Stoneman, the 9th man to come to the plate here in the first.
Back on again, the lanceur. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Bill Stoneman.
LeBoy at third, Bacabella at second, Bosch at first. Stoneman, right-hand hitter at the plate. Bill is 1 for 18 at the plate this year. 1 away. The pitch gets down low. Ball 1.
Ted says his memory is not as good as his notebook. He's just checked the notebook. They got McAndrew, Jim McAndrew of the Mets out in the 2nd inning, and they got Ferguson Jenkins out, I believe it was the 3rd inning in Chicago.
But this would be the earliest then, as we had said. Pitch is low and away. Ball 2. Culver hasn't found the groove yet. 183,791 fans have come to see the Expos play ball here at Jerry Park so far this year. We hope that you'll be among the fans here tomorrow on Mom's Day. Bring Mom out to the ballpark. The 2-0 pitch bounces out in front of the plate. Corrales blocked it, though. Runners hold. 3-0 to Stoneman.
I guess the take sign will be on, safe to say. 3-0 against Bill Stoneman, the pitcher.
Wills is on deck. Well, let's see what happens now. Culver working from the stretch with the sacks loaded. Pitch for a strike. Count goes 3-1. Fisher responsible for the 3 runners aboard. He's got the sign from Corrales. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Stoneman. Strike 2 called. Well, Culver's playing it cagey, figuring that Stoneman's going to take a couple of pitches. He just put it right down the middle, just above the knees. So we've got the full count now with 1 away, and the sacks loaded. The stretch. And he stepped off the rubber. So everybody relaxes. Culver set again. The pitch to Stoneman. Strike 3 called. Culver hit the outside corner. He gets the strikeout here for out number 2. And Stoneman is retired. That'll bring Maury Wills up for the 2nd time. He got a hit to lead off this first inning for the Expos, who lead 4-2. Maury batting left now. LeBoy at third. Bacabella at second. Bosch, the runner at first. The runners all lead. Here's the pitch to Wills. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. Out of play. Strike one. One more game to go in this three-game series tomorrow afternoon. 1:35 will be starting time. Mike Wegener, right-hander for the Expos. Jim Merritt, left-hander, will be going to the mound for Cincinnati. Morey waiting, and Culver is ready. The pitch, high and outside. Evens the count and a ball and a strike. Wills just about, well, he had his 8th stolen base, but it was wiped out when that walk was issued to Sutherland here in the first. Morey's been running well. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and a bounder goes to the left side. Up with the ball is Perez. Throw to first is in time to get Wills, and the inning is over. So Morey grounds out to end the inning, but in the first, 4 runs, 3 hits. There are no errors in the field, and 3 men were left on base. And the score as we go to the second here at Jarry Park, the Expos 4 and the Reds 2.
Picked up 4 runs on 3 hits. We're going into the top half of the second inning here at Jarry Park with the Expos in the lead by the score of 4-2. For the Cincinnati Redlegs in the top of the second, it'll be second baseman Tommy Helms.
Bill Stoneman in the first inning gave up a hit to Pete Rose. Tolan sacrificed. Stoney struck out Alex Johnson, and then Tony Perez hit a home run to left. Put the Reds out in front 2-0. Of course, Mac Jones' grand slam in the bottom of the first changed all that. 4-2 ball game. The Expos lead. Here we go to the second now. Tommy Helms will be the batter. He's up for the first time this afternoon. Helms is batting .237. In a ball game last night, he was 0 for 3 with a walk. Right-hand hitter, second baseman of the Reds. Here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Outfield has moved in. Very slight amount of precipitation in the air right now. Stoneman's pitch swung on. A bouncer goes to the left side. LeBoy gloves it. Makes the throw to first. That's all for Helms. 1 away. Talking about Wills going down to second, it sort of surprised me. I kind of thought that today we might not see too much running here. The track is a little slow, and we've got that strong wind that a runner going from first to second has to run into. But had the pitch been a strike to Sutherland, Wills would have had his stolen base. Morey would have made it. 1 away. The batter, Darrell Cheney, left-hand hitting shortstop. Cheney's batting .230. First pitch for a strike called. On deck is George Culver, the pitcher. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul. Bounces off to the right of the plate. And the count is 0-2. Mentioned last night, Cheney battled Woody Woodward for the shortstop spot. Neither one of them hitting a great deal, but Cheney's gotten the best of it so far. Pitches high and inside. A ball and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second with the Montreal Expos leading the Cincinnati Reds 4-2. 1 man down, nobody on. The pitch to Cheney, the 1-2, struck him out. 2 away. The batter will be George Culver, the pitcher. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification on this, the Expos Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, 103 on your dial. It's 3:30.
After 9 games, George Culver is hitless in 3 official at-bats. He bats right. The pitch to Culver. Swing and a miss with a high fastball. 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on. And if you've just joined us, this is Dave Van Horn along with Russ Taylor. Glad to have you on the Expos Baseball Radio Network this afternoon for the game here at Jarry Park in Montreal between the Expos and the Reds. Curveball, strike 2 is called. Outfield is in, and they're around to the right for Culver, looking for him to swing late on Stoneman's pitches. Here's the windup in the 0-2. Curve just missed, high and inside. Broke a little late. A ball and 2 strikes. Stoney's ready to wind up in the pitch. Swung on and grounded foul off to the right side. The count remains 1-2. You know, we've talked about this before, but it amazes me here at Jarry Park to see the number of Expos caps in the stands. I know that's another department that we lead the league in. That's the number of fans that wear the Expos cap. Here's the 1-2, low and outside to even the count at 2-2 to George Culver. The Expos cap has become a very popular cap in baseball. Started selling like hotcakes down in spring training. Culver strikes out on the curve. 3 strikeouts now for Bill Stoneman. And that's all for the Reds here in the second. Nothing across. The score at the end of 1.5 is Montreal 4 and Cincinnati 2.
Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. This afternoon's game, San Francisco at Chicago, was postponed because of rain. Houston is playing at New York against the Mets. LeMaster for Houston and Seaver for the Mets. No score, bottom of the 4th. The Dodgers are leading Pittsburgh 3-0, top of the 5th inning. Sutton against Bunning. Atlanta at Philadelphia, we've had nothing on that one, and I wouldn't be surprised if that one was washed out. We'll have more later. San Diego at St. Louis. In the American League, Chicago leads Cleveland 3-0 in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Kansas City plays at Baltimore, Minnesota at Detroit, Boston at California, and Washington at Seattle. Nothing yet on those ball games, so we'll double check with the ticker and see just how many games have been washed out by rain and cold weather in the American and National League. Here at Jarry Park in Montreal, 4-2 for the Expos, going into the bottom half of the 2nd inning.
It'll be Gary Sutherland, Rusty Staub, and Mac Jones. Against the right-hander George Culver, who came on in the first. Jack Fisher was the starter, couldn't get by a third of an inning. Gave up that grand slam home run to Mac Jones, and then after the home run, he struck out Clendenin, but gave up an infield hit to LeBoy, and then walked Bacabella and Bosch to load the bases. And Culver came on and put out the fire, got Stoneman on a called strike, and the Wills on a ground ball to Perez at third. 4-2 Expos lead. Here's Gary for the second time. Walked in the first. The pitch. Check swing. It's outside. Ball 1. Gary's really come around. This is a fine second baseman. Manager Gene Mauch has a great deal of confidence in Gary, and it's paying off. Curveball is low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Sutherland spent a lot of time watching games at Philadelphia and has an excellent opportunity now in this expansion year. Coming to the Expos and playing under his former manager at Philadelphia, Gene Mauch. Foul tip back to the right side. Takes the count to 2 balls and a strike. Gary has never been a high average hitter, although he has hit close to 270, 280 on a couple of occasions. He's a right-hand hitter. Right now batting right at the 200 mark. A swing and a high foul out of play to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gary hit .275 in 67 games with Philadelphia. He struck out Clendenin, but gave up an infield hit to LeBoy, and then walked Bacabella and Bosch to load the bases. And Culver came on and put out the fire, got Stoneman on a called strike, and Wills on a ground ball to Perez at third. 4-2 Expos lead. Here's Gary for the second time, walked in the first. The pitch, check swing, it's outside, ball one. Gary's really come around. This is a fine second baseman. Manager Gene Mauch has a great deal of confidence in Gary, and it's paying off. Curveball is low and outside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. Sutherland spent a lot of time watching games at Philadelphia and has an excellent opportunity now in this expansion year. Coming to the Expos and playing under his former manager at Philadelphia, Gene Mauch. Foul tip back to the right side. Takes the count to 2 balls and a strike. Gary has never been a high average hitter, although he has hit close to 270 and 280 on a couple of occasions. He's a right-hand hitter. Right now batting right at the 200 mark. A swing and a high foul out of play to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gary hit .275 in 67 games with Philadelphia last year. He got on base a lot. He had 38 hits and scored 16 runs. Drove in 15 for the Phillies. The year before that, in 103 games with Philadelphia, he hit .247. The count is even now at 2-2. Pitch is inside, ball 3. We go to a full count. Nobody out. Sutherland, first man up here in the bottom of the second. Staub is on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and a hard hit ball to the left side. A base hit on the ground. It got between Perez, Tony Perez, and Darrell Cheney out into left field. So Gary comes up with a hit. The first off Culver. The fourth hit for the Expos. They lead 4-2. And here is Rusty Staub. And that precipitation again evident here. Not too hard though. Kind of a sweeping drizzle through this wind. Sutherland takes his lead off first. Culver delivers a curve for a strike. 0-1 to Staub, left-hand hitter. Rusty was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Jack Fisher got him. Rusty's batting .298 with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. The pitch swung on and a bouncer goes to the left side. Cheney goes to second for 1 and Helms cannot make a return throw. They get the force on Sutherland at second. Mac Jones will be the batter, and listen to the hand he gets.
I guess Mac will be hoping that this rain doesn't delay this game and force any cancellation of it later on, because he's got that Grand Slam home run. But I don't think it will. I guess they'll play this game throughout.
Mac Jones, left-hand hitter. Staub, the runner at first. Pitch is high. Ball 1 to Mac. And I think from the looks of things, and just taking a quick look around, and I'm no weatherman, but I have a feeling this quick downfall that we're experiencing right now is going to blow over. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike to Mac. Mac Jones steps out and caught something in his eye. Corrales going out to the mound, and manager Dave Bristol is coming out to the mound also. Russ, you can bet right now that the Reds are not going to do a thing to speed this game along.
That's for sure. Now, Bristol's out to talk to his pitcher, and he has every right to. Tom Gorman, the plate umpire, is walking out to make sure that they hurry things on. He hasn't got anybody warming up in the Cincinnati bullpen, but it would be to Cincinnati's advantage, to delay it and not hurry things and hope for a real downpour here at Jerry Park. Dave Bristol is returning now to the dugout, and Gorman returns behind the plate, and we're all set to go.
The Reds have got to bat, as of right now, 3 more times for this game to be official. The 1-1, swing and a foul on the ground off to the right side and into the Cincinnati dugout. A ball and 2 strikes to Mack. Sutherland led off with a hit to left. Staub got on a fielder's choice as they got the force on Gary at second base, and now Mac Jones at the plate. 4-2, Expos lead, bottom of the second. Mack waiting. Culver to the stretch. The right-hander delivers a slow curve that's way outside. He missed wide with his change. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sign on the board says encore une fois, Mac. Once again, Mac.
Staub leading off first. Culver gives him a look. The pitch to Jones, a fastball that's down low for ball 3 and a full count to Mack with Don Clendenin on deck.
I think we've got a mistake up on the scoreboard. It seems to me that there's only 1 out. There's only 1 out. They've got 2 outs.
There's 1 away. They've gotten a change now. Here's the full count pitch. Staub running. Pitch is high and inside. And Mack seems to be having still a little bit of trouble with that tender left hip of his. Each time he backs out of that batter's box, he comes out very slowly, almost limping. So Mack draws a walk. The first given up by Culver. And the batter will be Don Clendenin with 1 out. And 2 aboard. Clendenin, right-hand hitter, struck out in the first. Takes 1 inside on the belt. Ball 1. With the Expos leading, the game has got to go 4.5 innings to be official. First, the Reds try to bring this to a slowdown affair if they can. Here's a line foul off to the right. 1 ball and 1 strike. Steps off the back of the mound to rub up a new ball. The umpires will allow the opposition to take a reasonable amount of time. They're not going to make the pitcher rush because of the weather, but at the same time, they're not going to let him slow down because of the weather. They're going to make him pitch a normal game. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Don. Boy, what an asset he has been to the club since he joined. Don's fighting for a good hit right about now. He'd like to get one in this at-bat. Staub leading off second. Mac Jones off first. 1 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out for the second time. Fisher had gotten him in the first inning. Culver gets him here in the second for out number 2.
What you do, the third baseman, Coco.
Strikeout number 2 for George Culver. The batter will be Coco Lavoie. Got a hit in the first. Hit a roller, third base side. Stayed fair. The Reds let it go. Here's the pitch to Coco. He held up on his swing, but that cost him. A strike is called. The boy came into the game hitting .347, 35 hits, 10 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, and 15 RBIs. He's walked 8 times. And he's doing a fine job at third base. Here's the pitch to Coco. It's way upstairs. A ball and a strike. Corrales had to reach for that pitch. One and one. LeBoy has a closed stance. Right-hand hitter, the left foot out in front, pointed toward the plate, drops the right foot back in the box. A swing and a miss. 1 and 2. The outfield right now is getting played straight away. The left fielder, Alex Johnson, fairly deep. LeBoy will hit a lot of balls down that left field line. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he struck him out. So back-to-back strikeouts, and Culver is out of trouble here in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left, and the score at the end of 2 here at Jerry Park. The Expos 4, the Reds 2. All right, we go to the third, and Russ has already welcomed a lot of folks here to the ballpark today. We'd also like to welcome Cub Pack 55 from Plattsburgh, New York. The young scouts brought a big sign along with them announcing their arrival, and they're making a walk around the stadium right now.
The center fielder, Pete Rose.
It's great to see all the youngsters here at the ballpark to take in Major League Baseball. Here's Pete Rose now for the second time today. Top of the order here in the top of the third. Rose, left-hand hitter, he's 1 for 1. Single to center. A check swing is foul back to the left side. 0-1. Bill Stoneman put the Reds down 1-2-3 in the last inning. Little right-hander looking for his 4th victory of the year. He's 3-3 coming into this one. Deals to Rose a curveball, and it's taken for a strike. And Rose said, yes, I'll let a good one go. So Stoney gets out in front, 0-2. Bobby Tolan is on deck for Cincinnati. Here's Stoneman's pitch to Rose. It's high off the glove of Bacabella back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. Again, right-hander Mike Wagoner here tomorrow for the Expos, going against lefty Jim Merritt of the Reds. Here's a swing and a bouncer, goes to the right side. Clendenin's got it, flips to Stoneman covering, and Rose is out. One away. Bobby Tolan, the batter, he sacrificed in the first to move Rose down to second base.
The right fielder, Bob.
Tolan hitting .296. This little left-hand hitter came to Cincinnati from St. Louis, and he's done a whale of a job for the Reds. Manager Gene Mauch feeling that Tolan's one of these guys, if you pitch to him, he's going to hit you all day. You've got to be real cagey with Tolan. One away, nobody on. Pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Outfield around to the right. Stoneman's windup, the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. A ball and a strike. Tolan last year with the Cardinals played in 92 games, hit .230. The year before that in 110 games for the Redbirds, he hit .253. Stoneman fires a strike, knee high. A ball and 2 strikes to Tolan. He first came up with St. Louis in '65, the end of the season, for 17 games. The 1-2 pitch struck him out. Tolan goes down swinging. 4 4 strikeouts now for Bill Stoneman. With 2 away and nobody on, the batter will be Alex Johnson. The Expos lead this one, 4-2. We're also welcoming today the young ball players that are members of the Quebec Amateur Baseball Federation. Here's the pitch to Johnson, and it's a line drive single to left center. Johnson went after one of Stoney's breaking balls. Comes up with a hit here. The 4th given up by Stoneman. So with 2 outs, the Reds get a runner aboard. That makes way for Tony Perez, who hit that home run to left in the 1st that put the Reds out in front. 2-0, but the Expos came to bat, loaded the bases for Mac Jones, who hit a grand slam to right center. Johnson leading off first base. Clendenin holding him on the bag. The pitch for a strike. Taken by Perez, a right-hand hitter who entered the game hitting .313. Then hit his 7th home run of the year. Leads the Reds in that department as a team. They've hit 32 home runs. 0-1 the count. A look at the runner, the pitch. Check swing, it's high. A ball and a strike. This ball club is bound to come on, Russ. You look at the lineup and the personnel that they have, and you just have to figure that pretty soon they're going to be contenders in that Western Division. You can just about build an all-star team out of that Cincinnati ball club. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball. A ball and 2 strikes. Stoney bearing down on Perez to get out of this 3rd. 2 outs with Johnson, the runner, at first. Outfield. A few steps around to the left for Perez. The stretch by Stoneman, his pitch wide of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stoney gets ready now. Johnson leads off first base. The 2-2 is on its way. He struck him out. Perez is strikeout victim number 5. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left with the score at the end of 2.5 here at Jerry Park. The Expos 4, the Reds 2.
The catcher, John Torcatella.
All right, the bottom of the 3rd. And it's the bottom 3rd of the Expos order. John Bacabella, Don Bosch, and the pitcher Bill Stoneman. The Expos lead 4-2 here at Jerry Park. George Culver's on the mound. Came out of the 1st when Jack Fisher, the starter, couldn't finish. Line drive, straightaway center field. Getting under it is Rose. He's got it. 1 away. Bosch will be the batter. Don walked in the 1st inning. Batting left against the right-hander Culver. Bosch with fine speed was... When he first came up, Don was billed as the next great center fielder in baseball and felt a lot of pressure from that. Pitch is high to Don. Ball 1. Don may be bunting. We'll watch him closely. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-0. Curveball taken for a strike. Bosch squared around on it and then let it go. I'll tell you, here at Jerry Park, that message board in right field is becoming a show in itself. What a job they're doing with that board. And as Ray Blomquist was telling us earlier, we've got a real expert coming in Monday to teach us a few tricks of the trade. Pitch low and away from Don. 2 balls and a strike. fastball is swung on and missed. 2-2. These teams now have collected 8 hits here in the first 2.5 innings, 4 each. But the Expos lead 4-2. Culver's pitch taken low and inside. Ball 3 and another full count. Work to Don Bosch. Pitcher Bill Stoneman is on deck. Culver's pitch swung on, and it's a bouncer off Culver's glove over to the left side. The throw to first base is not in time, and Bosch beats it out. That's a hit for Don Bosch. Off the glove of Culver, went over to the third base side. Perez fielded the ball, but his throw to first was late, and Bosch collects an infield hit. The second hit off Culver. With 1 out, Bosch is aboard, and Bill Stoneman will be the batter, so we'll see if Stoney tries to send Bosch down to second. Perez, third baseman, in on the edge of the grass. Bosch takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Stoneman came around but let it go. It's inside for a ball. Stoney will be trying to sacrifice here and get Don Bosch into scoring position at second base. Big sign down here from the fans in Chateauguay, New York. There goes Bosch. Here's the pitch. It's bunted first base side. Corrales picks it up. The throw is in time, and Bosch moves to second. Bill Stoneman with a beautiful sacrifice bunt to the first base side. And Stoney is out 2-3. On the sacrifice, Bosch goes to second, 2 away, and the batter will be Maury Wills to try to get Don Bosch home now. Wills is 1 for 2. He came to the plate twice in the first inning. Got a hit his first time up and grounded out to end the inning his second time around. Outfield is moved in and straight away for Maury. Bosch with good speed, the runner at second. Culver to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Several breaks in the sky now, especially to the north of us here, Russ.
The sun is trying to come through.
Here's the 1-0 to Wills. Swung on and a bounder that goes to the right side of the infield. Helms, second baseman, up with it. Throw to first. Ends the inning. Maury is out 4-3. And for the Expos in the third, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. To the score at the end of 3. The Expos 4, the Reds 2.
Well, we move into the top half of the 4th inning. Here at Jarry Park, the Montreal Expos are leading the Cincinnati Redlegs by the score of 4-2. The first man up for the Cincinnati Redlegs will be the big bopper from Birmingham, Lee May. And Lee May certainly bopped one out of this ballpark in last night's ball game, which the Redlegs won by the score of 8-5. Let's take 10 seconds out for station identification. This is your Expos Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, 103 on your dial, 4 o'clock.
The first pitch to Lee May, a right-hand batter, is high and inside for ball 1. Want to know the count on Lee May, leading off for the Reds in the top half of the 4th inning. Expos leading this ball game 4-2, thanks to a grand slam home run by the mayor of Jonesville, Mac Jones, in the bottom half of the 1st inning. Jones really coming through for the Expos again this afternoon. Last night, he hit a long one into the left field seats to his constituents, gave them a free baseball, and today hit it over the right center field wall. And it really brought the crowd to its feet here at Jarry Park. What an exciting ball player, Mac Jones. Here's an exciting man at the plate, Lee Andrew May. from Birmingham, Alabama. 1-0 the count on Lee May. Next pitch is low and inside for ball 2. May says that he'd like to hit at least 290 and 20 home runs this year. Well, that would be a pretty good performance. 2-0 the count on May. Next pitch cuts that inside corner, and Stoneman had May ducking on that pitch, but the curveball broke just inside. May is hitting 245, so he's about 45 points going into today's game, 45 points off the average he'd like to hit come the end of the season. He has 5 home runs. Has knocked in 17 runs. 2-1 the count. Stoneman looks down at Boccabella for his side. Gets it. The 2-1 pitch is hit into the air down the right field line, coming over for to stop in foul territory and takes it one-handed. Lee May fouls out to Rusty Staub, just about a foot over the foul line down the right field line. Pat Corrales moves in. Corrales, replacing Johnny Bench tonight, hit into a fielder's choice, forcing Lee May in the first inning. Right-hand batter, Pat Corrales. Kokolaboy at third, Wills at short, Sutherland at second, and Clendenin at first for the Expos. The first pitch to Corrales is fouled over the screen and takes the long roll down the netting back onto the field of play. 0-1 the count. The electronic scoreboard says nice going Rusty on that fly ball he caught, foul fly. He had a long run for it. The 0-1 pitch is low and away for ball 1. 1-1 the count on Pat Corrales. Corrales, Dave Bristol's choice as catcher for this afternoon's game, replacing Johnny Bench. Helms in the on-deck circle. The 1-1 pitch in there. Nipping that inside corner once again. Tony's breaking pitch working real well for him. He had a change of speed on that last one, getting Pat Corrales. The count is 1-2 with 1 away. Top half of the 4th inning, Expos leading 4-2. Tony's all set. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. And for Bill Stoneman, his 6th strikeout of the afternoon. Corrales going right around on that inside pitch. Tommy Helms steps in. Helms in the 2nd inning grounded out Kokolaboy to Don Clendenin, 3rd to 1st. Helms hitting 237 going into this afternoon's ball game. Tommy has knocked in 6 runs, has hit 1 home run so far this year. Right-hand batter, good second baseman. Takes the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. Don't forget, tomorrow, Mother's Day. We'll have a single game starting at 1:35. So bring Mom to the ball game tomorrow, and then take her out to dinner afterwards. Outside to Helms for ball 2. The scoreboard still has it 0-0. He may be having a little bit of trouble up there. It's hard to say. Stoneman delivers. A changeup is fouled against the screen as Stoney took something off on that curveball, and Helms got a piece of it. It should be 2-1. They have on the board 1-1. Stoneman taking loads of time. Blows some hot air onto the palm of his hand. Gets the sign from Boccabella. The 1-1 pitch, or 2-1 pitch, is strike 2. And the count is 2-2 on Tommy Helms. Outfield not terribly deep on Helms. Playing straight away, regular depth. Tommy Gorman, the umpire, tells the scoreboard the count is 2-2, and they've changed it. Bowman all set now. And it was delivered. Here it is. It's fouled up in the air near the dugout. Going over for it is Clendenin. He can't get to it. And a fan back of the dugout one-hands it. So the count is 2-2 with 2 out. Top half of the 4th inning. Expos leading 4-2. The big blow for them. That grand slammer by Mac Jones. Stoney's all set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It misses for ball 3. Full count on Tommy Helms. Well, Stoney had a bit of trouble in that first inning, but after that, the ball game has been going his way. The 3-2 pitch into the air. Infield to Clendenin at first. He's under it and takes it for the out. And that's it for the Redlegs in their half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Going into the bottom half of the 4th inning, it's still 4-2 for the Expos.
More trips to Jarry Park, is that right? We certainly are. We hope to be here 2 or 3 more times. All right, it's a real pleasure to see both you gentlemen. Continued success, and it's always great to have men like you working with our youngsters. So we'll see you again back here at the ballpark real soon. Russ?
Gary Sullivan hits it on the ground down to first base. May steps in the bag for the out. Going after that first pitch. And some youngsters with a sign, CKBM Ottawa, up at the top of the left field bleachers. Rusty Staub steps in. Rusty was hit by a pitched ball in the first inning and hit into a fielder's choice in the second. Here he is in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Rusty would like to lace into one. Here's the first pitch. It's high to him for ball 1 with 1 out. Sullivan going out to Don Clendenin, unassisted at first base. Mac Jones in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 pitch to Rusty. On the ground, a slow roller. Pitcher fields it himself. Culver over to May at first for the out. Rusty goes out, pitcher to first. That brings up Mac Jones.
The left fielder, Mac Jones.
Just the mention of Mac Jones' name on the PA system brings a roar from the crowd here at Jarry Park. Well, at night, home run last night in the left field seats, and a grand slammer, bottom half of the first inning here at Jarry Park this afternoon. Big Mac. First pitch to Jones, on the ground, right back to Culver. And with loads of time, he throws it over to first for the out. Staub and Jones go out to the pitcher, George Culver. And that's it for the Expos. No runs, no hits, no errors by the Reds, and nobody left on base. After 4 complete innings of play, still 4-2 for Montreal over Cincinnati. Sure will. And, of course, Big Mac would be happy about that because the Grand Slam will count in the record book. And the rain, all the umbrellas have pretty well disappeared. Still some up, but the rain is almost non-existent right now. The first pitch to Darrell Cheney is a ball high. Batting left-handed, Cheney is a switch hitter. Hit 23 home runs with Asheville in the Southern League last year. Batting left-handed today against the right-hander Bill Stoneman. Kokola boy in close at third on the fringe of the infield grass. The 1-0 pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. Cheney gets the single. And that's his first hit of the afternoon, and the first hit for the Reds since Alec Johnson had a single in the 3rd inning. We are in the top half of the 5th inning. And off Bill Stoneman, the 5th hit by the Redlegs. They had 3 in the 1st. That one by Johnson in the 3rd, and this one by Darrell Cheney, leading off for the Reds in the 5th inning. The pitcher, George Culver, steps in. Culver
became strikeout victim number 3 of Bill Stoneman in the second inning. He took over from Jack Fisher in the first when Fisher just had a horrendous first inning. Real nightmare for him as the Expos bombed them. The attempted bunt misses, and just see something. Stan Landis, the umpire at first base, is wearing gloves. Gray gloves. Nick Colossi at third has his hands in his pockets. So 0-1 the count on George Culver, who tried for the sacrifice to get Cheney down to second base. Next pitch, he bunts it foul against the backstop, and the count is 0-2. To the count. Dolman still taking time now. He's got a runner on first base, Darrell Cheney. They're all set now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Change-up is fouled right at the cameraman at the end of the Cincinnati dugout. He got his lens out of the way and almost caught the ball. 0-2 the count on George Culver. 4-2 Expos. Top half of the fifth inning, nobody out. Cheney takes the lead off first base. Here's the pitch. It's foul against the screen. And the count remains 0-2. Expos and Redlegs tomorrow afternoon at 1:35. 1:15 on the Expo Baseball Radio Network. Pete Rose in the on-deck circle. To be followed by Bobby Tolan. Stoneman watches his man at first base. The 0-2 pitch, attempted bunt is fair. The throw is to second base, and they got the runner. A fine play by John Bacabella, who pounced on that bunted ball right in front of the plate, fired it down to Maury Wills covering at second, and they got the man. So the sacrifice failed. So George Culver bunting on that third strike with 2 strikes on him. Hits into a fielder's choice. That rubs out Darrell Cheney, and a fine throw by John Bacabella down to Maury Wills, covering on the bag at second. One away. Runner on first base is Culver. And that brings up the top of the batting order, Pete Rose. Rose singled in the first and scored on a home run by Tony Perez. He grounded out first to the pitcher covering in the third. One away. Runner on first base is George Culver. Top of the fifth. Stoneman got to take a lot of time with Rose. Dangerous hitter at the plate. First pitch is low and inside. Pete for ball 1. Rose hitting .295 going into this afternoon's game. Has hit 3 home runs. Has knocked in 17 runs this year. Had 5 doubles. 33 hits. Stoneman watches Culver. The pitch to Rose. Misses the outside corner for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Pete Rose, who steps out of the batter's box, looks into the dugout. Now down at third base to Vern Benson, coaching for the Redlegs at first. At third, rather. The count is 2-0 on Pete Rose. Stoneman shakes off a couple of signs from John Bacabella. Outfield playing Rose deep. Jones faded over toward left center a bit. Curveball in there for call strike 1. A slow curve by Bill Stoneman of the Expos. Both clubs have had 5 hits. Expos 4 runs and 5 hits and no errors. Red Legs 2 runs and 5 hits and no errors.
That was not the sacrifice. It was temporary fielder choice.
2-1 the count. And here it is. On the ground, down a second. Sutherland up with it over to Wills for 1. And no play for Morey to first base. No way, as Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose was well on his way to the bag. Rose goes out on a fielder's choice. And that rubs out Jack Fisher at second. 4-6 if you're scoring. Sutherland to Wills covering on the bag. So Rose is on first base with 2 outs. And the batter is Bobby Tolan, still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. The pitch is inside to Tolan for ball 1. Bobby sacrificed in the first, moving Rose down to second base. Rose, of course, scored in that home run by Perez. And then Tolan struck out in the third inning. 1-0 the count. On Tolan, the left-hand batter. The pitch to Bobby, swung on, dropped by Bacabella, but no damage at all. It fell right at his feet. The count is 1-1, with 2 away. And a reminder to our listeners that we hope to have Pee Wee Reese and Gene Kirby reunited on this broadcast this afternoon. Dave, any further words?
Gene is not going to be able to make it. We're looking for Pee Wee.
1-1 the count with 2 away. Tolan the batter. Expos leading this ball game by 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Stoneman delivers. Line shot out into right field for a base hit. Rose, round second, heads for third, Staub up with the ball, and the throw is into second to hold the runner at first. We have runners in first and third. As Rose goes all the way around the third on that single by Bobby Tolan to right field.
Alex Johnson.
Alex Johnson steps in. Alex struck out in the first and singled to left center field in the third. Here he is in the top half of the 5th inning. Dangerous man, this Alex Johnson. Hitting .319. With 5 home runs. Big right-handed swinger. 2 away, runners in first and third. Into the air, out into right field. Stops going back. I don't think he can get to it. No, sir. Home run against the scoreboard in right field. Alex Johnson, his 6th home run of the season. The big fella going after that pitch from Stoneman. Outside pitch and hit it over the right field wall. Right against the scoreboard, and that had to travel a good 375 feet at least. And the Red Legs have the lead.
The third baseman.
Taking the lead 5-4. Alex Johnson with his 6th home run, and he really tagged that pitch. So Johnson, 3 big runs batted in here in the 5th inning. The first pitch to Perez is fouled over the screen. The count is 0-1. Tolan and Rose come in to score. And the Red Legs are in the lead by the score of 5-4. Stoneman with only 2 bad pitches. Curveball in there for call strike 2. As Perez was ducking on that inside pitch, but the ball broke beautifully across the inside corner. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Cincinnati leading this ball game 5-4 on the top of the 5th. Tony Perez had a home run this afternoon in the first inning. Struck out his next trip. He falls in the next pitch, high and inside. Didn't break. Count is 1-2. Rain is still falling, but not a heavy rain. The 1 1-2 pitch is low and away for ball 2. 2-2 the count on Tony Perez. Bill Stallman perhaps a little discouraged with himself on the hill on that pitch to Alex Johnson. That's the game of baseball. The next pitch, 2-2. It's fouled, sort of a changeup by Stoneman against the wall near the dugout, and the count remains 2-2. With 2 out, here in the top half of the 5th inning, Cincinnati scoring 3 runs. Stoneman taking his time now, and well he might. The 1-2 pitch is low and away for ball 2. 2-2 the count on Tony Perez. Bill Stallman perhaps a little discouraged with himself on the hill on that pitch to Alex Johnson. That's the game of baseball. The next pitch, 2-2. It's fouled, sort of a changeup by Stoneman against the wall near the dugout, and the count remains 2-2. With 2 out, here in the top half of the 5th inning, Cincinnati scoring 3 runs. Stoneman taking his time now, and well he might, with dangerous Tony Perez at bat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In there, call strike 3, and Perez knew it. And that's the 7th strikeout for Bill Stoneman this afternoon, who retires the side. For Cincinnati, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Going into the bottom half of the 5th inning, the score is 5-4 for the Reds over the Expos.
In that one. Well, here at Jerry Park, we go now to the bottom of the 5th, and the Expos will try to come back for Bill Stoneman. Cincinnati taking a 5-4 lead here in the 5th.
Well, we see Dan McGinn going out to the bullpen for the Expos to start warming up, and McGinn's had a busy season so far. First pitch to Don Clendenin is low and inside for ball 1. Clendenin has struck out in both appearances this afternoon. Struck out against the starter Jack Fisher, then struck out against George Culver. Goes after the next pitch. It's outside. Next pitch is low for ball 1. Culver on the hill for the Cincinnati Redlegs. The pitch on the ground down a short. Cheney up with it. Over to May at first for the out. Clendenin goes out. Short to first. Brings up Coco LaBoy. Coco had an infield hit in the first inning when Tony Perez, the third baseman, couldn't make a play on a slow roller down the line. And then Coco, in his next appearance, struck out. The pitch to Coco is in there for call strike 1. And we've noticed more in the last few games, the pitchers are throwing that outside breaking stuff to Coco, and he's chasing it. Strike swinging. That one was in the inside corner as Coco went after his favorite pitch. 0-2 the count on the boy with 1 out. McGinn continues to warm up in the bullpen. Call strike 3, and Coco was bad, hit the plate with his bat. Probably back right there at the plate. Very disappointed. And he strikes out for the second time this afternoon. That brings up John Boccabella. Boccabella walked in the first, flied out, field in the third. Really tagged the ball, but hit it right to Pete Rose in center field. So here's Big John in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Chunky right-hand swinger takes the first pitch for call strike 1. out by LaBoy was the fourth for George Culver since he came into the ball game. He's handcuffed the Expos since they picked up those 4 runs in the first inning. He fouls the next pitch, Bacabella, and the count is 0-2. Culver coming into last night's ball game, getting the win, and coming into this afternoon's ball game, pitching brilliantly. Playing deep in left field on Bacabella. Likewise on right. High and inside. That hit him on the cheek, I believe. It got John Bacabella on the cheek. He didn't fall on the pitch. Tom Gorman is over looking at the batter. Bacabella is still on his feet. He just raised his left. John, where's that earpiece?
We have temporarily lost the audio portion from the network. Please stand by.
He would have got it really, he would have been in bad trouble because it could have caused, any kind of a serious injury. But it just grazed his cheek. He's all right. He's on base. And Don Bosch, the batter, takes the first pitch inside. Well, that's the second time an Expo has been hit by a pitch ball. Rusty Staub was hit by Jack Fisher in the first inning. And Bacabella hit by this pitch ball from George Culver here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2 out, Bosch the batter. It's outside to Don, ball 2. No sign of Ty Klein gets up now and takes some bats from the bat rack. So if Bosch gets on, we'll likely see Ty Klein. It's a blooper out of the left field. Fair or foul, I don't know. It's foul. And out of play near the Expo bullpen. Rain still falling here at Jefferson this afternoon. Let's take 10 seconds to pause for station identification. This is your Expo Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, at 103 on your dial. We're receiving some technical problems from the network. We hope to have them cleared up shortly. We'll return to the ball game as soon as possible.
Don Bosch in there for call strike 2. And the count is 2-2. The scoreboard says, come on, Don, this way. But Bosch is not considered a long-distance man with the bat. And let's hope those are famous last words. Bosch, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against Culver. The 2-2 pitch. Into the air. Back of home plate. I don't know if it's in play. Back for it. Corrales can't get it. It hits the screen, the netting. Bounces down. Corrales finally gets it with his bare hand. But it's bounced on the top of the netting, back of home plate. And the count is still 2-2 on Don Bosch. Runner on first base is John Bacabella. 2 out, bottom half of the 5th inning. The Reds are leading this ball game 5-4 on a 3-run homer by Alex Johnson in the top half of the 5th inning. Culver takes his time. Looks down at Corrales, gets his sign. The 2-2 pitch. On the ground, down a short. Cheney up with it, throws over to second for the 4th. And that's it for the Expos. As Bosch hits into a fielder's choice. For the Expos, no runs and no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. The score after 5 complete innings of play, 5-4 for the Reds over the Expos. Well, the Redlegs count a bat in the top half of the 6th inning. The first man up for them will be the big bopper from Birmingham, Lee May. Lee May had a single in the first inning, and flied out to right field, actually fouled out to Rusty Staub in right field in the fourth, sending Staub on a long run across the foul line in medium right field. Bill Stoneman, still on the hill for the Expos, has given up 7 hits, 5 runs on 7 hits. Expos picked up their 4 runs on a grand slam home run by Mac Jones in the bottom half of the first inning, and they haven't managed anything since. Great relief pitching and long relief pitching by George Culver of the Red Legs. Expos, since their big inning in the first, have picked up only 2 hits. They had 3 in the first, single by Wills, a home run by Jones, and an infield hit by LeBoy. 2 walks and a hit batter in the first inning. That's practically all the damage. 3 walks and a hit batter in the first inning, and that's about all the damage the Expos have caused in this ball game. Combined, of course, with home run by Big Mac. So Lee May, right-handed batter, steps in. Here in the top half of the 6th inning. The first pitch to May. Curveball. Caught him ducking. Nips that inside corner. It's one of Stoneman's best pitches. This comes in there, and of course the batter hangs in and then doesn't know what happened. If it doesn't break, he's got a duck. Ball's on the ground out of Wills. Hard hit ball. Morey up with it over to first for the out. Lee May going after the second pitch. Grounds out. Short to first. Wills to Clendenin. Brings up Pat Corrales. Corrales hit into a fielder's choice in the first and became strikeout victim number 6 of Bill Stoneman in the 4th inning. Right-hand batter, Pat Corrales. Outfield playing him straight away. Cincinnati Red Legs of the Western Division. Stoneman's first pitch is in there on the outside corner for Cole, strike 1. Corrales to be followed by Tommy Helms. Stoneman blows a little heat into his pitching hand. And the next pitch is low and away, misses that outside corner by about 1.5 inches. The count is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Corrales. The changeup hit on the ground down to LeBoy. Coco made a nice play on it, but Corrales is on with an infield hit. Coco dove into the dirt to stop it from going down the line. Had it got by Coco, it would have gone for a double. But that's a single for Pat Corrales here in the 6th inning.
The second baseman.
Infield hit. Tommy Helms moves in. Right-hand batter. Feet wide apart at the plate. Helms hasn't had a hit this afternoon. He grounded out third to first in the second. Popped out to Don Clendenin in the 4th inning. First pitch to Helms. Foul ball to the left of home plate over near the Expo dugout. On 1 the count. On Tommy Helms. Real cool afternoon here at Jerry Park. But the Hardin fans have stayed. They're enjoying the action. It's on the ground out of Wills. It's short. Corey fumbles the ball. Can't make a play. And that's the first error for the Expos. Well, that moves Corrales down to second base. Morey mad at himself. Wills has really improved his play. Oh, I'd say 100% at shortstop. He had to dash in for that one and just bobble the ball. Darrell Cheney steps in. Cheney had a single in the 5th inning. Then was thrown out at second on an attempted sacrifice by George Culver, the pitcher, who is batting for the Reds. First pitch to Cheney is high and inside for ball one. We have one out. Lee May grounding out short to first. Corrales got on with an infield hit, followed by Helms, safe on an error by Maury Wills. So Helms is at first and Corrales at second. And Cheney's the batter, batting left-handed, switch hitter. Gets the outside corner for strike one. Cheney, quarterback in football, picked to high school All-American. Quarterback in football. Excelled in 4 sports. Rain still falling. The ball is foul over the screen onto the press box against the seats with a crash. And it's 1-2. Darrell Lee Cheney, a 4-sport performer at Oliver Morton High School in his hometown of Hammond, Indiana. Scouted by many football clubs and turned down all their offers for baseball. Fouls the next pitch into his own dugout. Harris Parsegian, the coach of Notre Dame, paid a personal visit to his hometown of Hammond, Indiana, trying to get him to go to Notre Dame and play football. Turns down all the offers for baseball. Stallman all set now. The 1-2 pitch is hit into the air out into center field. Left center, Jones is going over, so is Bosch. Jones takes it for the out. Jones actually took it almost in center field. That brings up the pitcher, George Culver.
The pitcher.
Culver struck out in the second and hit into a fielder's choice in the fifth and attempting to sacrifice Cheney down to second. Right-hand batter with runners in first and second and 2 out. Top half of the 6th inning. The rain still falling. Stoneman checks his runners. The pitch is in there for call, strike one. Slow curve by Bill Stoneman. The runners are Helms at first and Corrales at second. 0-1 the count, and here's the pitch. It's low for ball one. 1-1. Don't forget, folks, the Expos have a ticket office in the Dominion Square building, ground floor. The computer ticket office, it punches out the tickets you want. Next pitch is foul back of the Cincinnati dugout into the seats. And the count is 1-2 on George Culver. Five to 4 Reds over the Expos in the top of the 6th. Stoneman checks his runner at second base. The pitch to Culver, swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is the 8th strikeout for Bill Stoneman. For the Redlegs, no runs on 1 hit, 1 Montreal error, 2 men left on base. Going into the bottom half of the 6th inning, it's still 5 to 4 for Cincinnati. Well, manager Gene Mark realizes he's got to get something going here in the bottom half of the 6th inning with the rain still falling. So he is sending in Ty Klein to pinch hit for Bill Stoneman. And Dan McGinn starts to warm up again in the Expos bullpen. And in all likelihood, Dangerous Dan will pitch for the Expos in the top of the 7th. So Ty Klein moves in.
Paid admission, 7,079.
The attendance here, official paid attendance, 7,079. Fine attendance considering the horrible weather we've had most of the day here in Montreal. First pitch decline is high and inside for ball one. Ty hitting 146. He's had 6 hits in 41 trips to the plate. Left-hand batter, Ty Klein. Maury Wills in the on-deck circle. The Expos trailed by 1. Hits it on the ground down to Helms at second. Over to first for the out and Klein's out of there. Ty Klein goes out. Second to first. That brings up Maury Wills.
Maury Wills.
Well, Maury, single in the first, was one of the runners who scored on that Grand Slam home run by... And Maury grounded out third to first in his second trip to the plate in the first inning. And then grounded out second to first in the third inning.
5 runs, 5 runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts.
The pitch to Wills is inside for ball 2 to Maury. Gary Sutherland in the on-deck circle. Five of those 8 runs off Stoneman were earned. Dave will have the totals on Bill Stoneman for you in just a moment. 2-0 the count with 1 away. Rather 3-0 count on Wills. So Maury will be taking this next pitch. He does for call strike 1. 1 away. And the top of the batting order, Maury Wills. Now, number of players leave for the Cincinnati bullpen will start warming up very shortly. The 3-1 pitch. Misses, and Maury's on with a walk. That brings up Gary Sutherland to be followed by Rusty Staub. Time is called as Tony Perez, the third baseman, goes over to talk to George Culver, the pitcher. Culver steps off the slab and rearranges some of the dirt in front on the slope. Probably some of the mud caked there a bit. Now, the manager of the Cincinnati Redlegs, Dave Bristol, walks out and we'll have a meeting at the summit. In comes first baseman Lee May, shortstop Darrell Cheney, third baseman Tony Perez, and the catcher Pat Corrales. And they all return to their positions. And we're all set to go. Wills on first base. With 1 out, bottom half of the 6th inning as the Expos try to get something going here at Jerry Park. First pitch to Gary Sutherland is in there for call strike 1. Outfield not playing terribly deep on Gary Sutherland. Pitch is way out to pitch out, but Wills was way back to the bag. The count is 1-1. Wind blowing from left to right here at Jerry Park. There goes Wills, the pitch swung on, and Maury's in with a stolen base. Corrales, a foul tip, he's got to get back. Corrales couldn't find the ball. It was a quick foul tip. And Maury is back. He was well into second base, would have had his stolen base. But umpire Tom Gorman signaled the foul tip. Maury had a tremendous jump on the pitcher, George Culver. So the count is 1-2 now on Sutherland, with Staub in the on-deck circle. very good at this hit and run, as we've mentioned. So we'll see what happens. The 1-2 pitch. It's low and inside for ball 2.
Mr. John McGill, your horses on the call.
2 balls and 2 strikes and Gary Sullivan. Wills on first base. The Redlegs are leading by 1 run. The Expos need Morey across the plate. Over set. Throw to first. And Wills is back in most of the time, although he did dive and tag the bag with his right hand. Morey Wills with 509 career stolen bases. Count is 2-2. There goes Wills. Here's the pitch. It's fouled again. And again, Wills had a great jump on pitcher George Culver. And Morey returns the bag at first base. 2-2 the count on Gary Sutherland. Wills takes the lead off the bag at first. Here's the pitch. There goes Morey. It's on the ground, foul. Again, he's down to second base. And again, Sutherland fouls it off. So Morey trots back to first base. So the count stays the same. 2-2 with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Rusty Staub in the on-deck circle. There's the 2-2 pitch. It's fouled right over the screen into the seats. And again, the count remains 2-2. Wills didn't move off the bag at first. Well, he was off the bag, but just faked a bit of a run, but he wasn't going. All right, Morey takes a lead off first, a longer lead. There he goes. Here's the pitch, and again it's foul. Oh, Morey's getting a workout. So is George Culver, throwing a lot of pitches now, and of course Sutherland keeps fouling them off. Boy, this Wills. What an exciting base runner he is. Over. And there goes Wills, the pitch. Again it's foul. Dave, how many bases has Morey Wills stolen in this inning?
He's gone down about 5-6 times. Gary's doing a good job because he's got... And there's any way that Corrales can make a play on Wills, where Gary's got to foul that ball off and protect the runner.
All right. Scoreboard says we're watching you, Morey. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Again, it's foul. Well, you can say that again, Dave. Gary certainly is protecting that plate. Morey's going to be all worn out. Still 1 out. Fans enjoying every minute of this. 2-2 the count on Gary Sutherland. Morey a short lead off first base. A longer one now. There's a throw to first, and Wills is back in time. Going to the count still. The pitch, there goes Wills. It's fouled again down the right field line into the seats. 2-2 with one out. It's 5-4 for the Reds over the Expos. Bottom half of the sixth inning. So Wills represents potential tying run. Sutherland at the plate. Here's the 2-2. There goes Maury. There goes Wills. He is out. They got him. Sutherland, disappointed, drops his bat at home plate. As Wills is thrown out finally. 2-6 if you're scoring. And that's it for the Expos. Gary Sutherland really disappointed. For the Expos. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 6 complete innings of play, 5-4 Cincinnati over the Expos. Dan McGinn is pitching now for the Expos. Bill Stoneman, in the 6 innings he worked, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 of them earned, no walks, and struck out 8.
The top of the Cincinnati order here as we go to the 7th, with the Reds leading 5-4. And Dan McGinn comes on. Dan makes his 14th appearance, all in relief. He's got a 2.01 earned run average after 22 1/3 innings. He's given up only 5 earned runs. He is 1-0 on the year. Dan McGinn. Pete Rose at the plate now, and McGinn served him 2 pitches, a ball and a strike, and the next one is fouled. No, he didn't. Checked his swing on it and held up. So it's 2-1. 2-1 to Pete Rose. Swing and a foul off to the left side. Rose has moved over on the other side of the plate now for McGinn. Batting right-handed. Rose is 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. He was on base when Perez hit a home run in the first. He was on when Johnson hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. A swing and a foul, bounce to the left side and into the Expos dugout, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander, Dan McGinn, looks down. Has the sign from John Boccabella. The wind-up in the pitch, inside to Rose. The count goes 3-2. Tolan is on deck, and then Alex Johnson. The Reds have out-hit the Expos 8-5. They lead 5-4, coming back in the 5th on the strength of that Alex Johnson home run to right center. Swing and a miss, and he struck Pete Rose out. Dan McGinn comes on and logs a strikeout. The batter will be Bobby Tolan. Tolan, left-hand hitter, 1 for 2 with a sacrifice. Stoney struck him out in the 3rd. Pitch to Tolan, taken on the inside corner for a strike. Tolan's got terrific speed. At Tulsa, in 64, he stole 34 bases. And then at Jacksonville in 65, stole 45 bases. Foul tip off to the right side of the plate. 0-2 to Tolan. He's 23 years old. He's got an uncle, Eddie Tolan, who was a gold medal winner in the 1932 Olympics. As a matter of fact, he won 2 gold medals. The pitch is inside to Bobby Tolan. A ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 7th, Reds lead 5-4. Eddie Tolan, Bobby's uncle, set a world record in the 100 meters at 10.3 and an Olympic record in the 200 meters at 21.2. Pitch high and inside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Alex Johnson. Bobby, as we mentioned, came to the Cincinnati Reds along with pitcher Wayne Granger in a deal last year in the Veda Pinson trade. Low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck Tolan out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dan McGinn. 2 away. The batter will be Alex Johnson. Talking about Tolan's speed this year.
Johnson.
He has successfully stolen 3 times in 4 attempts. Here's Alex Johnson, right-hand hitter. Pitches high and outside, ball 1. Johnson is 2 for 3. Stoney struck him out in the first inning. Johnson got a base hit and then was stranded at first in the 3rd. And he hit that big 3-run homer in the 5th that put the Reds out in front 5-4. The 1-0 pitch, swung on, ball hit hard, foul, just behind third base. A ball and a strike. National League final in, Dodgers beat the Pirates 4-1. Don Sutton's the winner and Jim Bunning was the loser. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Expos Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, at 103 in your dial, 2 minutes after 5.
Alex Johnson, the 1-1 pitch for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Johnson hit .312 with the Reds last year, has a Major League lifetime average of .286. Is with the Phillies in 64 and 65. Here's a ground ball, goes to the left side, Wills up, throw to first in time, and the side is retired. That's all for Alex Johnson, and that's all for the Reds in the 7th. Nothing across. The score as we go to the home half of the 7th inning here at Gary Park. The Reds 5, the Expos 4.
Here at Gary Park in Montreal, the Cincinnati Redlegs still out in front, 5-4. Over the Montreal Expos as Rusty Staub steps in to face George Silver. And Staub is looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Rusty hit by a pitcher in the first, fielder's choice. In the second and grounded out, pitcher to first in his last appearance in the 4th inning.
Rusty Staub, Mac Jones, Don Clendenin trying to get something going here now in the 7th. Culver delivers, swing and a foul off to the right side. Into the Reds dugout, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rusty. Culver's first pitch was low and inside, bounced in the dirt. And then the swing and a foul by Staub. 1-1 the count. Mac Jones on deck. Staub today 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. He was on when Mac Jones hit his grand slam in the first inning for the Expos. Here's a swing and a foul rolling up the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Reds scored 2 runs in the first on the home run by Perez. Mac Jones grand slam in the first put the Expos in front 4-2. And then Alex Johnson's home run in the 5th, putting the Reds out in front 5-4. 3 home runs in this game, accounting for all runs scored. The Reds leading 5-4. Pitches outside to Corrales. Up to stop. Corrales reaching. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lee May playing behind first base and protecting that bag. Tolan is deep in right field. Helms on the edge of the grass. Pitches inside to stop. A full count. 3-2. The wind all afternoon has been from our left to our right. Here's Culver's pitch. Swung on, popped up. Shallow right field going back is Helms. He's under it and has it. The second baseman makes the catch. One away. And that'll bring Mac Jones to the plate. 1 for 2 with a walk. And he's driven in all 4 Expos home runs with that Expos runs with the grand slam homer in the first. Right now, Pat Corrales went over to the Cincinnati dugout in just a moment to talk to manager Dave Bristol. Bristol undoubtedly giving some instructions as to how he'd want Mac Jones pitched here. John Clendenin is on deck. Clay Carroll, right-hander, warming up in the Cincinnati bullpen. We may get some more activity down there. The first pitch taken by Mac for a strike. Center fielder Pete Rose, a few steps around toward right center. Here's the pitch to Mac. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Mac stepping out for a minute. Mac started the day batting .360. Moved ahead of Coco the boy. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball taken for a called strike. So that's all for Mac Jones. Culver logs his 6th strikeout. Let's double check that. Yeah, that's right. First pitch to Clendenin is a ball. 2 outs, nobody on. Culver's done a fine job. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Don swings and misses this one. A ball and a strike. Culver came on in the first inning when starter Jack Fisher had given up the grand slam to Mac Jones, then another hit and a couple of walks. Culver came on and has yielded, but 2 base hits. He swings and foul tips this next one. The count to Don is now a ball and 2 strikes. Culver is ready. Here's the pitch. It's wide of the plate. The count is 2-2. Should Clendenin get on, the batter would be Coco LeBoy. Here's the pitch to Don. Bounced down beside the plate. That inside corner. A full count. Clendenin got a hit here last night. Hitless today in 3 trips to the plate. The 3-2 is low. Ball 4. Clendenin is aboard. The batter will be Coco LeBoy. Oh, we got another one of these 1-run games here. The Reds leading 5-4. And again, the Expos get the potential tying run on. Three walks given up now by George Culver. Coco steps in, 1 for 3. Got a hit up the third base line on a little roller that everybody watched. That was in the first inning. Pitch is down low to Coco, ball 1. Culver struck him out in the second, got him on a called strike in the fifth. Corrales out of the mound to talk to Culver for just a moment. The right-hander, Clay Carroll, continues to heat up down in the Cincinnati bullpen down the right field line. Culver looking down for the sign, a long look. He goes to the stretch. Swing and a miss. One and one to Coco. Strong wind left to right all afternoon. Clendenin takes his lead. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Out of play back to the right into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bowie Kuhn will be the featured speaker. Here's the 1-2 to LeBoy. Swing and a foul back to the same place.
There, Jean Drapeau will also speak.
Mr. Bronfman is going to receive that B'nai B'rith chapter award as the Sportsman of the Year. Our congratulations to our chairman, Mr. Charles Bronfman. With 2 outs, Clendenin is on at first. A ball and 2 strikes to LeBoy. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Reds lead by a run, 5-4. The stretch by Culver. Here's the 1-2. It's high. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Out of play back to the right into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Charles Bronfman, the Expos chairman, will be honored by the B'nai B'rith Montreal Sports Lodge Monday evening at 7 o'clock at the Bonaventure Hotel for his contribution to the bringing of Major League Baseball to Montreal. Baseball Commissioner Bowie Kuhn will be the featured speaker. Here's the 1-2 to LeBoy. Swing and a foul back to the same place. There, Jean Drapeau will also speak. Mr. Bronfman is going to receive that B'nai B'rith chapter award as the Sportsman of the Year. Our congratulations to our chairman, Mr. Charles Bronfman. With 2 outs, Clendenin is on at first. A ball and 2 strikes to LeBoy. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Reds lead by a run, 5-4. The stretch by Culver. Here's the 1-2. It's high. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGinn will undoubtedly be staying in this ball game. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Just trying to look ahead down the batting order here. That's it for the Expos in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. Clendenin, who had walked. After 7 at Jarry Park, the Cincinnati Reds 5, the Montreal Expos 4.
Well, we're going into the top half of the 8th inning. The first man up for the Cincinnati Redlegs, Tony Perez. Cincinnati leading this ball game 5-4. They scored 2 runs top half of the first inning. The Expos came back with 4 runs and a grand slam home run by Mac Jones, bottom half of the first inning. And then the Reds in a 3-run homer by Alex Johnson in the top of the 5th moved out in front 5-4, and that's where the score stands as of the moment.
Plate umpire Tom Gorman cleaning up the plate a little bit before Perez steps in. Perez will be followed by Lee May and Pat Corrales. Perez hit that 2-run homer in the first. Since then has struck out twice against Bill Stoneman, the Expos starter. Dan McGinn on the mound. The lefty deals a swing and a miss by Perez. Strike 1. McGinn came on in the 7th, struck out Rose and Tolan, got Johnson on a ground ball. pitch to Perez, high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. In a very brief span of time, just over 2 seasons, Perez has made the move from first to third in fine fashion. Here's the pitch. It's down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tony Perez at the plate. Came up to Cincinnati in 64. Curveball, high inside, 3-1. Came up for 12 games in 1964. Went 2 for 25 at the plate. And then he really took off. 65, he hit 260. In 66, he upped his average to 265. Hit 290 in 67. Hit 282 last year. Pitch low and outside. Ball 4, and Perez is aboard. First walk given up by Dan McGinn. And that brings Lee May to the plate.
When you do the first baseman, Lee May.
Tommy Helms calls him the Big Bopper from Birmingham. Right-hand hitter. 1 for 3. Got a hit in the first. Fouled out the Staub in the fourth. Grounded out in the sixth. Perez on with nobody out, and the Reds leading 5-4. McGinn delivers, and May fouls it off his ankle. Bounced in the dirt and then popped up and hit him. Strike 1. Corrales is on deck. The stretch by McGinn gives the runner a look. The pitch is low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Reds took a quick look at Lee May in 1965. For about 5 games, he got to go to the plate 4 times, didn't collect a hit. Spent most of 1966 with Buffalo, went up at the end of the year, and in 25 games with Cincinnati, hit .333, and he's stuck. The count goes to 1-2. May's a big man, 6'3", 205, fouls one off to the left side of the plate. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. In 1967, he was the National League Rookie Player of the Year, named by Sporting News magazine. He hit 265, 12 home runs, 57 RBIs. There's ball 2 to May. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The runner at first is Tony Perez, nobody out. They're around to the left. Defensively for May. McGinn's pitch, breaking ball that's low. And he goes to a full count. 3-2. Cincinnati home runs, giving them a 5-4 lead here in the 8th. Pitch cut on, high fly ball, center field. Bosch back, dances under it. He's got it. One away. Perez holds first. That'll bring, well, let's see who comes out. Didn't have anybody in the on-deck circle there for a couple of minutes. We're going to get Ted Savage as a pinch hitter. Ted Savage is going to come on to pinch hit for Pat Corrales. Savage has only played in 5 games this year. He's 3 for 6 at the plate. Pee Wee Reese is going to be moving in here to join us for the bottom of the 8th. So it'll be a pleasure to here from the former all-time great Brooklyn Dodgers star, now broadcasting for the Cincinnati Reds, along with Ed Kennedy on the Reds TV network, Pee Wee Reese. Savage, a right-hand hitter. Swings and misses. The first offering from McGinn. Strike one. The runner at first is Tony Perez. Savage steps out. And now he's right back in there. The stretch by McGinn, the pitch, taken high by Savage. One ball and one strike. We've got Tommy Helms in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Strike two called. Savage caught looking. Elroy Face, veteran right-hander, warming up in the Expos bullpen. Danny McGinn starting to show some good stuff out there. Perez takes his lead from first. Here's the pitch. It's inside. Got away from Bacabella for a moment, but Perez holds first. The ball rolled over behind Savage. Bacabella kept it just to his left. The count goes 2-2. Game got underway this afternoon about 35 minutes late as they took time preparing the field. Here's strike three called. Savage, the pinch hitter, caught looking. Curveball from Dan McGinn, got him. Two away. Third strikeout for Dan. That'll bring Tommy Helms to the plate. Right-hand hitter this afternoon. Helms 0 for 3, got on base on a Wills error in the sixth. Tony Perez at first. McGinn gives him a quick look, and the curveball to Helms is a strike. 0-1. The outfield is not too deep and straight away for Helms. McGinn kicks and deals. A comebacker right to Danny. Throws to first. That's all for Tommy Helms. And that's all for the Cincinnati Reds in the eighth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base, and the score after 7.5 here at Jarry Park. The Reds 5 and the Expos 4.
Well, we move into the bottom half of the eighth inning. Montreal Expos, John Bacabella leads off, and we have a very distinguished guest on the program.
Well, we sure do. If I took the time here to give Pee Wee Reese the introduction that he's so deserving of, why, we might be finished with this ball game. One of the all-time great Brooklyn Dodgers, and moved into the broadcasting field where he's had a very distinguished... Well, I don't know. I'll let Pee Wee tell you how many years he's been broadcasting now. Right now, Ed Kennedy's partner on the Cincinnati Reds television network. It's a real pleasure to bring in Pee Wee Reese.
Thank you, Dave. Nice to be here. It's quite a ball game. We've seen a lot of home runs. All the runs have been scored on baseball. On home runs, Dave.
3 home runs, the story of this ball game. That one in the fifth by Johnson's looking mighty big, Pee Wee.
Yeah, it certainly does. And
Bacabella swings on the ball, line drive, power alley to right center. Bacabella's going to have to hold at first base. Center fielder Pete Rose got over to that ball quickly and came up with it, fired it into Helms, and Bacabella holds up with a base hit.
Dave, I would like to say I'm very much impressed with your ball club. I know it's a very cold day here today. I had never seen Bill Stoneman pitch. He looked real sharp. He got a couple of fastballs in a bad spot. has a very good curveball, and I was keeping score over in the booth where I was sitting. I don't think they hit a curveball off the fellow all day. And this young McGinn that came in, I think he's looked real sharp. I think your pitching may come around before the year's over.
I think so. Pee Wee, I was talking about this in the last inning. The thing that amazed me about Stoney's curveball today is that I would think with this brisk wind that we've had in this cold weather, that's got to be one of the toughest pitches to control as effectively as Stoney did in this ball game.
Yes, it is. Of course, as cold as it is today, it's real hard to loosen up, but I thought that he got the curveball in a very good spot. I was a little surprised he didn't throw more curveballs than he did. Not only when he got him over did they not hit him, but the hitters kind of bent in the middle a little bit. They backed away from the ball.
Manny Mota takes over to run at first base for John Boccabella, and Don Bosch steps in. Batting left against Clay Carroll, the right-hander. It's bunted foul back into the screen behind the plate. Nobody out with the runner on. Culver, we're talking about these pitchers. As you mentioned, Culver looked pretty good. He gave up only 2 hits, struck out 7. He hit 1 batter. Culver was very effective in checking these Expos here this afternoon. All right, Carroll gets ready. He gives Mota a look. Here's the 0-1 to Bosch. He let this one go high and outside. A ball and a strike.
Well, I would say both of these ball clubs, the Expos and the Reds, they will score runs. You know, the Reds have a real good hitting ball club, and what I've seen here of this ball club, the way Max Jones is going, and he's I would say, just a little bit of a favorite in this town, isn't he?
Boy, he sure is. Max enjoying some great days here at Jerry Park. Carroll's next pitch is high to Bosch. Lets it go. The count goes 2-1. Pee Wee, this is always one of the most exciting situations in baseball, isn't it? You get that runner on first, you're down by a run, and you get a guy like Don Bosch at the plate that's got good speed and can bunt that ball. Anything can happen.
It certainly is. It's a beautiful play to watch. Goes to the third baseman. He has moved in, and the shortstop moves over to second, and the second baseman moves over to first, and the first baseman. Everyone's moving on it.
This one, Bosch missed as it hit the inside corner just above the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pee Wee, when you're bunting, is that about the toughest place to get a good piece of that ball?
Well, of course, the pitcher, Clay Carroll, he knows that they were bunting, and he is trying to keep the batter from bunting the ball, and he's trying to keep the ball up on him to make him bunt the ball up in the air, and the third baseman's way in there, so you have to bunt the ball down the first baseline. It's a tough play.
Here's the 2-2 to Bosch. He swings away and taps this to the left side. Perez up with it, throw to second, and they get 1. Mota is out. Well, that was a close play. But Manny Mota is out at second base. Helms, coming across that bag, had to lead to take the throw from Perez. Mota was just about in there. We're going to get a pinch hitter now, Floyd Wicker, as Bosch becomes the runner now at first base. So Floyd Wicker, a left-hand hitter. Floyd has shown at times some terrific power. He's got 1 game-winning hit. That was against Atlanta. It was his line drive up the middle, drove in 2 runs, and enabled the Expos to beat the Atlanta Braves that first night in Atlanta. But now we've got Bosch with good speed on at first, 1 away. And Floyd Wicker, the batter, hitting 182 as a pinch hitter in 11 games. Here's the pitch to Floyd. He took this one for a strike.
Dave, I've never seen Wicker hit, but I just noticed over on the bench of the Cincinnati, Dave Bristol, the manager of the Reds, the center fielder, Pete Rose, is playing him in right center, and they moved him back over more in straightaway center and told the shortstop to kind of watch. Does he hit the ball to left field quite a bit or out to left center?
He has hit it to both places, but more often than not, he'll try to pull that ball to right. Floyd has had trouble hitting to the opposite field. And some pitchers have had success getting him on those outside pitches because he'll reach out there and try to poke it to the opposite field. A ball and a strike to Floyd with 1 out. The stretch by Carroll. He looks at Bosch, the pitch, swung on, and a line drive foul down to the left, up in the air, and it goes back into the stands. The count goes a ball and 2 strikes. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification on the Expos Baseball Radio Network.
WHRL, Albany, New York, 103 on your dial. The time 29 minutes before 6 o'clock.
All right, with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, 1-2, the count on Floyd Wicker. Don Bosch, the runner at first. Reds lead 5-4. Swung on line drive, it's to left field. Up with the ball is Johnson. Bosch is at second. Wicker's at first. Oh, we talk about Floyd having trouble getting that hit to left. You know that's when he's going to hit it to left, Pee-wee.
Has to be, Dave. You know, another thing I like about, well, I think that everyone here in Montreal has done such a terrific job in getting this ballpark built into the short notice, and talking to Lou Martin and a lot of the people around here and how hard they've worked. Jim Fanning, the general manager, and John McHale. And the fans, the enthusiasm that the fans have here, I just think it's wonderful, Dave. It has to help the ball players. A fellow like Mac Jones, having these people pull for him out in left field, you better believe it does help players to know that the people are in back of them.
All right, an opportunity for Maury Wills. Swings on the first pitch and bounces it foul up the first base side. The Bosch will go back to second. Wicker back to first. The Expos have got some possibilities brewing here now with a couple of runners aboard and only 1 down. Bosch in scoring position at second base. The outfield, of course, with Maury up there, moves in, and they're straight away. Pee-wee, I guess you've seen Wills have some great days in his career.
Yes, I certainly have. Maury has a little age, but he looks to me, just watching him run out there today, he can still move. And this fella gets started and gets on the base, he can really upset a ball club. A pitcher, the catcher, and the infielder.
Here's Carroll's pitch. Slow and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That wind kicking up quite a bit now, left to right all afternoon. Maury got on before and was going with the hit and run on with Gary Sutherland up there. Here's Carroll's pitch. Swung on a high hopper. Carroll has to wait for it to come down. Play is at first. It's in time to get Wills by half a step. The runners move up. On a day like today, Pee-wee, with a slow track and that wind coming into the runner's face from first to second, you wouldn't figure to see too many try to make it, would you?
True, and also when it's wet out there and it's the spike, you seem to get a little mud in your spike. It doesn't make for real good running. We're talking about Maury Wills. Now, I played up until I was 40 years old. I think the first thing that goes, or that you can feel that goes, are your legs. I can remember hitting a ball in the hole where I used to be a couple of steps beyond that bag. I found out that they were throwing me out by a couple of steps, and it felt a little bit like that first base is a little bit uphill there. That ball right there, I believe Maury, on a real good dry day, on a warm day too, that he would have beaten that ball out right there.
I believe so. Well, here is Gary Sutherland with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The pitch to Gary is foul, back to the left side. 0-1. Here's a young man that has had a fine opportunity here that Gene Mox presented to him to play second base in the last week or so. Gary's bat has been coming around. He's a fine hit and run man. That's why they've got him behind Wills. Get Maury on base. Gary has come up with some excellent hits in hit and run situations behind the runner to right field. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the right side. Goes for strike 2. So Carroll gets out in front.
That was quite an inning they had, or quite a battle they had 2 or 3 innings ago when Wills tried to steal about 7 or 8 times, and Gary kept fouling the ball off to the left and the right. Then he finally got him on a high inside slider. Say one thing, Maury never gave up, did he?
He sure didn't. Carroll's pitch, swing and a foul. This one comes straight back into the screen behind the plate. Count remains 0-2. We're We're in the bottom of the eighth with the Reds leading 5-4. Don Bosch is the runner at third base. Floyd Wicker at second. Gary Sutherland on at first. Gary's got a hit in 3 official trips. He also walked. He was aboard when Mac Jones hit his grand slam in the first. So Clay Carroll, the right-hander, out in front, the 0-2. Low and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Cloudy and overcast all afternoon. Several times during this game we've had some rain to dampen things. Here's Carroll's 1-2. Sutherland reached for a change and fouled it down behind third. What are you supposed to say, Pee Wee? He fooled him?
He sure did. He was a little bit out in front of that change, wasn't he?
He sure was. He was really leaning. Gary's got good bat control. As a regular, Gene Mock's got high hopes for him. He can hit. We were pointing out he hit .274 Philadelphia last year.
I believe he can play any position, too, in that infield, can he?
Yes, he can. 1-2 to Suds. The pitch. Swing and a foul high into the air out of play off to the right side. Back into the stands. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pee Wee, I know you've been asked 1,000 times about expansion in baseball today. Are there enough young players to stock the major league teams?
I think so. I've been, it's been a good thing to see. I think the expansion ball clubs this year have shown how...
Here's the 1-2, and it is a base hit out into left field. This ball game is tied up. Wicker's going to come to the plate to throw. He's in there. The Expos lead the ball game 6-5. Gary Sutherland hit a ground ball in the hole to the left side, and the Expos are back out in front. Couple of RBIs. Bob scores from third, Wicker from second. The inning's still not over with Rusty Staub coming to the plate. And Gary Sutherland came through. Drilled that ball on the ground right between Perez and Cheney.
The right fielder, Rusty.
The batter, Rusty Staub. Well, that changes things here in a hurry. Well, I would imagine right about now 7,079 fans have gotten warm. Carroll delivered on the outside corner. It's a strike to Staub.
Hey, what I started to say about the expansion teams, I have had right before Gary got that base hit, I knew you wanted to talk about that a little bit. I have had a chance to see San Diego and this ball club out here, Montreal.
The 0-1 to Rusty, swung on, ground ball to the right side. Helms deep, he can't get to it. Sutherland's going to dig for third. Here comes the throw. Sutherland slides, he's in there. A base hit for Rusty Staub. Sutherland goes to third base. The 4th hit in the inning off Clay Carroll. And here is Mac Jones with the Expos leading 6-5. And boy, are these fans excited. Had a little conference between Johnny Bench and Clay Carroll there for just a moment. Started to talk about that San Diego ball club, Pee Wee.
Well, if either this ball club, Montreal and San Diego, either one of the ball clubs get any pitching at all, they will be able to score runs. I saw San Diego score 9 runs last Saturday against our Cincinnati ball club over there, and they definitely have power. It's a good thing to see.
All right, runners at first and third. Mac swings and misses. The first offering from Carroll. Strike 1. Sutherland's on at third. He drove in 2 runs to put the Expos out in front, 6-5. Staub on at first with a single. Just did get it by Tommy Helms, who went wide to his left out of the grass to knock it down, but couldn't make a play. The pitch to Mac outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. The Expos have now out-hit the Reds 9-8. Carroll finding the going a little rough. Here in the bottom of the 8th. The fans chanting, "Go, Mac, go." the 1-1. High and inside. 2 balls and a strike. You know, Pee Wee, I think that a lot of these ball players, guys like Maury Wills, Mac Jones, Don Clendenin, they feel that they're a little notch above an expansion player, and they've been playing like rookies here early in the season. Carroll getting ready. Here's the 2-1 to Mac. It bounces left to the plate, back into the stands. Here comes Sutherland. 1 base advanced, and it's a 7-5 ball game. Sutherland crosses the plate.
Well, the fellow just moved down to second base down there, a fellow named Rusty Staub. I would say he's one of the real fine ball players in the National League today, or in any league you want to name. This fellow is an outstanding ball player, a good hitter. And I have not had a chance to see Rusty play too many times while he was with Houston. But they were telling me over there today how he backs up every play. He's been in a rundown. So this is what you like to see in ball players.
With first base now opened up, they're going to go ahead and put Mac Jones on. That advance of Staub to second and scoring Sutherland's on a wild pitch charge to Carroll, if you're keeping score with us. So Mac Jones is finished off with a walk here. With first base open and 2 outs, now runners at first and second for Don Clendenin, who is the 9th man to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. And the Expos have gone out in front 7-5. Clendenin looking for a hit. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. The pitch to Dodd, swung on and fouled off to the right into the first row down beyond the Reds dugout. Talking about Rusty, Pee Wee, I haven't, this of course is my rookie year in Major League Baseball, but taking into consideration the years I've had in minor league ball, I've never seen a hitter with the amount of concentration at the plate that Staub has. And he's got the potential to become one of the great players of the game today.
He certainly has the ability, and he's able to hit the ball to all fields.
0-1 to Clendenin. Fastball is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we were talking earlier in this game, Pee Wee, that we just know that these Reds are going to be heard from before this is over. They've got a great deal of talent.
They have a very good offensive ball club.
1-1 to Don is swung on and missed. Strike 2.
I've had a little trouble with really their cowbell or their stopper. You may think that Jim Maloney who is a fine pitcher and has, pitched a no-hitter just a while ago. But Gary Nolan, if they can get this fellow back in shape, he is quite a pitcher, and this is what they need, I think, right now.
We're going to get Wayne Granger warming up in the Cincinnati bullpen right now. Carroll delivers a 1-2, and he strikes Clendenin out. So that's it. 9 men to the plate. Carroll gets a strikeout on Clendenin to end the inning. It's 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors in the field. A wild pitch scored 1 run. 2 are left, and the score at the end of 8 here at Jerry Park, the Expos 7 and the Reds 5.
In the top half of the 9th inning, Elroy Face on the hill for the Montreal Expos, and John Bateman, the catcher. Boccabella was taken out for a pinch runner in the bottom half of the 8th inning, so Bateman is back behind the plate for the Expos.
And out on the mound, and I'm going to ask Pee Wee to talk about Elroy Face. The little right-hander is coming on here for the Expos to pitch this 9th inning, and talk about players that have had some great games, and I know you've seen several pitched by this fella.
Well, I certainly have. I hit against Mr. Face a few times, and he's a real tough competitor, and I'm just tickled to death that he's back in baseball. I understand that he was not in baseball when Mr. Monk picked him up. I know he was with the Detroit Ball Club last year. Mayo Smith picked him up to come on, and with the experience that he had under pressure, they wanted him over there, and he's done a great job, and I understand he's done just a terrific job for you all, Dave.
He sure has. Roy is coming on for the 7th time now in almost a week and a half now that he's been with the club. He has 2 victories to his credit in 8 1/3 innings pitched and a save. He hasn't given up an earned run. Hasn't given up any runs at all and only 4 hits. And he's walked but 2. He's struck out 9. Roy Face coming on, and he's going to deal with Fred Whitfield, left-hand hitter, pinch hitting for Darrell Cheney. Whitfield batting 188 after 12 appearances in 12 games. Pitch is down low for a ball. Whitfield, if I'm not mistaken, he picked up the nickname Wingy. Where did he get that, Pee Wee? They give him a hard time about his arm?
No idea.
Must be. Low and inside. It's gone to 3-0. 7-5 Expos lead. Whitfield batting left. Roy Face with the wind-up the pitch. It's low inside, ball 4, and Whitfield is aboard. Now that's going to bring John Bench to the plate, batting in that number 9 position, the pitcher's spot. Catcher John Bench. Well, Pee Wee, I guess everything has been said about this youngster, but can you imagine what his career is going to be like when he's only 25?
Well, I had an opportunity to see Johnny last year, and this fella can be the real leader on this ball club. And he's just a youngster, and what amazes me how he takes charge. I mean, he goes out and talks to those pitchers that have been around for a few years, and they say that he really tells them how to pitch. He just is, he's a real, as the youngsters say today, this boy's cool.
Woody Woodward is going to run for Whitfield. So Woodward, the runner at first, face to the stretch the pitch. Taken for a strike by Bench. Johnny Bench, a right-hand hitter, batting .245. He really has a great deal of poise out there in all game situations. Here's the 0-1. Swings and misses. 0-2. John Bateman is behind the plate, catching Roy Face.
You know, Dave, what's really amazing about Elroy Face, he's not too big. He's must be 5'8" or 5'9". He relies mostly on the fork ball, which you have to hold between your first finger and your second finger, whatever the right name of those fingers are, Dave. And his 2 fingers, it's hard to fit a baseball in there.
Low and outside, that's ball 1 to Bench, 1 and 2.
There's one right there he just got through throwing. How does it break? It looks a little bit like a spitball. It does not rotate too much. The ball breaks straight down, and I would think for a fellow that does not have a big hand, it would be very hard to control, but he does control it.
Woodward leads the 1-2. It's low again. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bench, after getting behind 0-2, now stands in there with the count 2-2. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 9th. The Expos lead 7-5. Roy Face on the mound. Pete Rose is on deck. The stretch and the pitch. A strike on the outside corner. Well, Johnny started to say something to Tom Gorman, but he knows that's not going to be reversed, so he just went back to the dugout. Bench called out on strikes. Out number 1. The batter will be Pete Rose. What an exciting ball player to watch. As they say, this guy can do it all. Defending National League batting champion. And I guess one of the most hustling ball players in the majors today. Watched him last night. He drew a walk. Pee Wee ran to first like he hit the ball.
Oh, you love to see that.
Woodward, the runner, takes his lead off first. Face delivers, bounces out left of the plate, gets away from Bateman for just a moment, but Woodward is checked at first. A ball and no strikes. Rose this afternoon has gone 1 for 4. Got his hit back in the first inning and was on when Perez hit a home run to put the Reds out in front, 2-0. Mac Jones hit a grand slam in the bottom of the first to give Montreal a 4-2 lead, and then Alex Johnson hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. That put Cincinnati out in front, 5-4. The Expos battle back for 3 runs on 4 hits in the 8th to take a 7-5 lead. Now Roy Bass trying to put the cap on one here. Pete Rose at the plate. The stretch, the pitch. Check swing. He didn't go around. 2 balls, no strikes. I talked to Roy, asked him what the highlight of his career was, and I thought for sure he'd say 1960, Pee-wee, but he said 59 when he won 16 in a row. Here's a foul ball, line down the right field line, foul by a couple of feet.
He won 16 in a row.
1959. And I thought for sure he'd tell me that it was 1960, but he said that that 1959 season was the highlight of his career, and the 1960 season just sort of put the icing on the cake.
1959 was a good year. That was my last year as a Dodger, and we also won the pennant in the World Series that year.
Here's a 2-1 inside for 3 balls and a strike. Roy doing a little walking right now around the mound over to the backside. Well, he had just about given up all hope of staying in baseball when he got a call from the Expos general manager, Jim Fanning. Here's the 3-1. It's outside. Ball 4. So Roy gives up a couple of walks here. Moving down to second is Woodward. And at first, Pete Rose. With 1 out, runners at first and second, and the batter will be Bobby Tolan.
The right fielder.
Tolan here today is 1 for 3 with a sacrifice. This is very typical of all 9th inning Expos games, Pee-wee. They can't leave until the last out. This is nothing new to us. Here's the pitch to Tolan. He ripped 1 foul down to the right behind Bragan in the coaching box. I don't know if somebody got hit or not. Bragan was pointing over there in the stands and might have nicked somebody. Hope not. Anyway, the count is 0-1 to Bobby Tolan. Got a flurry of activity where that line foul went into the stands down there. So we hope that if somebody did get hit, they're okay. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Bouncer goes to the first base side. Clendenin has it. Steps on first for out number 2 as the runners advance. So Bobby Tolan is retired by Don Clendenin, and now it's all up to Alex Johnson. So Roy is not going to get off easy. Johnson hit that 3-run homer in the 5th. He's 2 for 4 here this afternoon. Pretty tough right-hand hitter. Came into the game batting .319. Quite a comeback year last year for Alex Johnson.
Seems to be going for the long ball this year. I think he only hit 2 or 3 home runs last year. I'm not sure, Dave, but he's already hit how many this year? 6?
Alex Johnson has hit 6 this year. Got his 6th here today. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses for strike 1.
Well, seeing those 2 runners out there, third and second, Woody Woodward, who came as a pinch runner, and also Pete Rose at second base. The old manager, Frank Frisch, the great second baseman for the Cardinals, said those base-on balls will kill you, and Elroy Face doesn't do that too often.
He sure doesn't. Johnson takes a cut and misses the next one. So Face is 1 strike away from ending this one. 0-2 the count on Alex Johnson. You're right, Pee-wee. He hit 2 home runs last year. Hit 1 the year before with St. Louis. Down in the low minors, he was a home run hitter. Hit 35 1 year. Here's the the shot. LeBoy stops behind third. He's not going to get the throw over to first in time, and Woodward comes home from third to make it a 7-6 ball game. What kind of job did LeBoy do on that ball, Pee-wee? I was looking in the record book. Pardon? I was looking in the record book when LeBoy made that stop. What did he do?
Well, I try. He just kept this game from being tied up. There was a line shot to his left, and he had to go down on one knee to come up with the ball. And I think he made the right play. He didn't get too much on the ball, of course, on one knee. But Johnson, who'd go down that first baseline, he tried to throw it from one knee. It just didn't have enough stuff to get over there.
First run, Roy's given up. Solid hit, straightaway center, bending away. Bosch trying to get over fast on the run near the track. He makes the catch. A great running catch by Don Bosch. He had to reverse his field and go back into the deep corner of left center, and he pulled it down. And if ever you've seen a game-winning catch, you just saw one by Don Bosch. And Pee-wee, a catch like that tells you why when he first went up with the Mets, they said this youngster can be the finest defensive center fielder since Willie Mays.
That was a great play, Dave, and I just want to say that you have a very exciting ball club here, and I hope I know they'll appreciate this club, and I think you'll enjoy seeing them. And it's been nice being over here talking to you, Dave.
Pee-wee Reese, thank you very much. A pleasure to see you, and thanks for taking time to talk with us. In the ninth for the Reds, a run on one hit, no errors, two left. The final score, 7-6. The Expos defeat the Reds, and the series is even at one game each. A great catch by Don Bosch to win the ball game here on that fly ball to deep right center off the bat of Tony Perez. Bosch started to go back toward straightaway center. He had to reverse his field, get over there toward right center. I believe I said left center a moment ago. And swing around behind him and catch that ball on the run on the edge of the track. A great catch by Don Bosch. And the ball game is over, 7-6. The Expos win it. We'll be back with the totals in 1 minute.
Well, fans, if you haven't received your copy of the Expos yearbook, do it pretty quickly, because let me tell you, the yearbook is really something to see. You'll have stories on a lot of your favorite ball players with the Montreal Expos, plus action shots of them, action pictures taken in ball games during spring training. The brochure is really something to see, as I said. The centerfold picture is one of the most beautiful color pictures.